You're going to see it happen. The quarterback rolls his right. It's going to come when the quarterback comes back. The quarterback is scrambling. You're going to see it about now, okay? And you're going to get a close-up, and you're going to get a slow-mo. So quarterback, peel back. So legal blindside block, legal contact, or something else. Here it goes. There it is. And we'll get one more on this. And I'm gonna start with Bill on this one. Just kind of see what Bill thinks, because this is kind of in the referee's wheelhouse as well. Bill, I mean, what do you got? You got an illegal blindside block on this? You got something else? What are you looking at?
On a reverse play like this, a player should expect that somebody's going to be over there to pick them off. I mean, if you played this game, they haven't disappeared off the field because the quarterback went to the right. But I would say that, there'll be people that will argue and say he was in the field division. I don't think he had time with the field division, so I'd support a blindside block.
All right, what's your thought on this?
Yeah, I am. Just because he hits him in the chest doesn't mean he knew he was coming. There's no sign that he has any kind of reaction to the guy that's imminently going to truck into him at all. He doesn't raise his arms. He doesn't try to duck away or anything. He just takes it full 100% contact right to the chest, and that's a big clue to me that he doesn't know. And I'm always telling players, lead with the hands. When you're cracking back, lead with the hands. But he doesn't. This is a foul.
All right, so that's a really good point that Mike is making, and we'll go to the play, and then I'm gonna see what the viewers have to say. And this is my thought. Okay, Bill's point is excellent as well. Coming back against the grain, this is where you have to have your antenna up. And referees, this is probably going to be yours. I mean, maybe the line of scrimmage official can get it as well. But this one you're going to probably pick up. And maybe the near side wing would get it as well, line of scrimmage official. But a couple things I want to focus in here. One, at this point, like Mike said, like Bill said, people are going to argue that this player, that returning the blocker is in their field of vision. Now, for an illegal blindside block, it basically says that the player's area of focus, area of concentration is somewhere else. So you would have to judge, is that player's area of focus or concentration somewhere else? Can he see this block, have enough time to defend the block? Okay? Now, most players don't take a block like that with their arms at their side. All right? They just don't. That's not a normal way to take it. But is he looking at him? And to Mike's point, the contact is in the chest. Here's my thing. I don't know if this contact is completely in the chest. One of the things that also caught my attention on this was that kind of up, and you see the head pop back. Now, does the head pop back just because of the hit, or was there contact above the head or neck area? Which thus doesn't matter at that point if you have this as an illegal blindside block or not. If you have contact to the head or neck area, in high school, that's targeting. Not a disqualification automatically, but in high school, that's targeting. And you could have a targeting on this. You could have illegal helmet contact if you deem that we don't have the best angle. Personally, I was one of those, when I first saw this play, I was like, I don't know. This is a tough blindside. He's kind of looking at him. But then it's like, well, he didn't really do anything to defend it. But I hated the high. I hated it up high. That's what would have probably drawn my flag, the stuff up high. Because, to Mike's point, if you want to make a block like that, I saw someone in a college game this week make a block like a basketball pick and then just get run the heck over. So it's like, so they're some of them are trying to do it right. And then they got run over because they couldn't make contact or they didn't want to get called for a foul. I think there's different ways to handle this block, can still make the block without that contact as high. So I don't have a problem with this being called. I'm probably going, that's why I might be the something else, like other people are the something else. I'm going to bring Robert back in here. So, Robert, tell me what we got going on out there right now.
A lot of discussion in the chat and in the text about the illegal contact above the shoulders. So, yes, there's no doubt they had a blindside block, but they also are agreeing or aligning with this contact above the shoulders. So that's great that we're mindful of that and the significance of the safety foul in that regard. Not necessarily disqualification, of course. We don't need to involve that element into this, but for safety and for players and coaches to understand that we judged that contact could have been open hands, legal, right? Or the strike zone could have been lower. So despite those two elements, it was not executed that way, and that's a foul for personal foul, UNR, in this case with targeting, if you wanted to even announce it on the PA that way.
All right, so now we're just for our last penalty. Oh, wait, Robert, I see him waving. Well, go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, because I just opened up a can of worms there with the comment on the blindside block with targeting. In all seriousness, how would you announce that, Bill, Tim, Mike, in regards to if you elevate it from a blindside block up to targeting? How would you word that?
So in high school, I'll let Mike talk about this as well. In fact, I'll let Mike go first on this one. Go ahead, Mike. Go.
So I had one today. Runner fully in the grass, being driven back, and a guy hits him. Just completely hits him, like not leading with the hands, just with the forearm in the helmet. And I'm like, well, it's unnecessary roughness. It's late. It's also targeting. I'm going with targeting. It's the more extreme of them. So I'm not going to say he's guilty of 3 fouls in my announcement. I'm just going to pick the worst one and call it that.
Yeah. So personally, to answer your question, is I am only going to go with one. And if I've got an illegal blindside block that turn with targeting, I'm just going to go targeting. I'm just going to say targeting because I don't care about the legal blindside block. I care about the helmet contact, the illegal helmet contact. That's what I would say. I wouldn't say both. That's just me. Bill, what do you think? Would you say both, Bill?
Well, obviously at the high school level, that's the correct way to do it. If you were working a college game, then you'd want to have the blindside block with targeting.
Right. Yeah.
Because of replay having the possibility of saying, hey, it's not targeting, but you can still stick with the blindside block.
Right.
And if you hadn't announced the blindside block and just called the targeting, then the kid gets off the hook on everything if replay reverses it.
Exactly. And that's
so it's really a little nuances are different.
No, and that's true. And I actually even meant to say that in high school, you don't have to. It's A, B. It's not A plus B. It's just A or B.